In the vibrant and complex tapestry of American politics, certain figures emerge who command our attention not just for their votes, but for the broader narrative of their public life. One such individual is Congressman Cleo Fields, representative currently responsible for the people of Louisiana's 6th Congressional, previously representing Louisiana's 4th Congressional District. Louisiana is known for its unique culture, its resilient spirit, and its vital contributions to the nation's economy and heritage. Congressman Fields has navigated the corridors of power for many years. He serves constituents from diverse communities, and his journey is one of public service. It places him in a role of immense responsibility, where his decisions can shape the lives of millions. As a member of the United States Congress, Congressman Fields participates in a grand, challenging democratic tradition. He and his colleagues are entrusted with the duty of crafting laws, overseeing the executive branch, and acting as stewards of the public trust. This multifaceted role demands knowledge across many subjects, from agriculture and energy to the rapidly evolving frontiers of global technology. It requires political acumen and integrity, because elected officials face intense public scrutiny. We must view every aspect of a lawmaker's conduct in that light. A congressman's life is public, and that transparency reaches into personal financial dealings. Their financial choices can reveal perspectives and potential influences. These officials are not private citizens. Their finances can intertwine with public duties. We expect them to act for the collective good, not personal gain. That trust is the foundation of public service and must be continually earned. So, when financial disclosures go public, they are more than numbers and company names. They are a vital piece of a larger puzzle. They give us a window into the world our representatives inhabit and the economic currents they face. With that understanding, we turn to a recent and remarkable series of financial activities by Congressman Fields. These activities focus on high technology, and they invite important questions about the intersection of personal wealth and public service today. On Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, a series of financial disclosure filings offered a rather astonishing revelation. These documents, a routine but crucial part of the accountability framework for public officials, detailed a significant and concerted move by Congressman Cleo Fields, reinforcing his portfolio positions in the technology sector. It was not a tentative dip of the toe into the digital waters, but a full-fledged plunge. A multi-million-dollar bet on the very companies that are reshaping our world at a breathtaking pace. The sheer scale and focus of these investments immediately set them apart, transforming a standard disclosure into a major point of discussion and analysis. The timing of these transactions adds another layer of intrigue. To reallocate that much capital on a single day suggests a powerful conviction about the future of the technology sector, with a focus on artificial intelligence. Of the modern era's most influential and powerful corporations, leading the charge for the American technology revolution are a montage of tech logos, all of which have been a continued focus of Congressman Fields' investment portfolio. Each company is a household name, a brand woven into the very fabric of our daily lives. Leading the charge is a monumental investment in NVIDIA, with over $645,000 to purchase a portion of the company led by the Denny's polymath genius Jensen Huang, leading the helm of NVIDIA. Next up is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, ticker symbol TSM, which was his second largest investment at more than $367,000, easily explained by their influential market demand, accompanied by their remarkable financial metrics, recently posing a quarterly earnings growth of 60% and a quarter revenue growth of 39%. Next up, for Representative Fields' recently filed investments, we have Meta Platforms exceeding $300,000. Investing in a strong company that continues to seem overvalued week after week, but continues to produce extremely strong financial metrics, recently reporting an increase in quarterly revenue and quarterly earnings, registering at 21.6% and 38.4% respectively. These three alone represent a colossal commitment to the hardware and social infrastructure of the digital world. And Congressman Fields' portfolio continues to increase with many other titans of the technology industry. Microsoft is another of those investments Congressman Fields recently filed, ticker symbol MSFT, with over $250,000 invested. An amazing investment in our opinion, consistently producing remarkable financial metrics. Regardless of exponential increases in stock, Microsoft may be trading at high earnings metrics, but we would be dumb to bet against the consistent dividend and somehow consistent increase in quarterly earnings and quarterly revenue of 23.7% and 18% respectively. Amazon, another of the FANG companies Representative Fields invested in, also saw an insane growth in quarterly earnings at nearly 33%, easily justifying a substantial investment of more than $165,000. Lastly, at least for our focus for Congressman Fields' investments, we have Google, or more specifically their parent company Alphabet, with the specific ticker symbol GOOG, was another investment focus of Congressman Fields, exceeding more than a $100,000 investment, easily explained by their unwavering financial metrics, regardless of any negativity in the stock price. Other investments filed by Congressman Fields includes a $60,000 stake in Apple, an investment exceeding $30,000 into a major NVIDIA rival, Advanced Micro Devices, otherwise known as AMD. Congressman Fields also purchased a stake worth more than $16,000 in a newer company to Math And Maticians, and somewhat the stock market as well. Figma Inc., ticker symbol FIG, is an AI-powered platform company whose initial public offering to the New York Stock Exchange was on July 31, 2025. To truly grasp the significance of these investments, we must first understand, in simple terms, what these companies do. Imagine the digital world as a grand, sprawling city. NVIDIA is the power plant and architect of the city's core infrastructure. AMD is a supporting aspect of the power plant and an assistant architect of the city's core infrastructure. They design the incredibly complex microchips or computational brains that allow computers, phones and data centers to think and process information effectively. Taiwan Semiconductor, ticker symbol TSM, and Broadcom Inc., ticker symbol AVGO, are the master builders. They operate the vast factories that physically manufacture these essential chips for many other companies. Without them, our digital city would have no power and no new buildings. Microsoft is like the company that built most of the office buildings. It provides the universal operating system that allows all the businesses within them to function. Windows, Office Suite. What else could you possibly imagine? With Palantir securing everything within the city. When a member of Congress holds a substantial financial stake in a particular industry, the question of influence inevitably arises. It is not necessarily explicit corruption, but the subtle, often unconscious ways personal financial interests shape perspective. A lawmaker with nearly $2 million invested in tech giants might view beneficial policies more favorably. For example, considering legislation that could increase regulation or impose new taxes creates a potential conflict. A vote that serves the public might harm the lawmaker's investments. The dynamic intensifies when you consider a member's duties and committee assignments. Many committees oversee industries members may be invested in. A seat on the House Committee on Energy and Commerce, influence over telecommunications and consumer protection. Google, Meta, Apple. Public trust in institutions is a fragile commodity. Faith in Congress has been demonstrably low. A significant contributor is the perception that elected officials are disconnected from daily struggles, and that they're using their positions for personal enrichment. When news breaks of a congressman making multi-million-dollar stock trades, in industries they help regulate, it reinforces a cynical view. It can appear to the average person that Washington's corridors of power are less about public service, and more about insider access and financial gain, almost like a private club for the wealthy and the well-connected. For many, the stock market feels distant and complex, They see their own wages stagnate, while hearing stories of lawmakers achieving remarkable returns. The case of Congressman Fields' tech bets exemplifies this disconnect, while families worry about the rising cost of living. A political figure is deploying capital on a scale unimaginable to most constituents. In response to growing concerns about lawmakers profiting from non-public information, the United States Congress did take action. In 2012, it passed the Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge Act, the Stock Act. The primary purpose was to affirm that insider trading rules that apply to all citizens also apply to members of Congress. It sought to prevent lawmakers, their staff, and other government employees from using confidential information from official duties to make personal profit in the financial markets. It was a step toward accountability. The public's business shouldn't become private wealth. The Stock Act's most significant provision is transparency. The law mandates public disclosure of stock trades within 45 days. Members of Congress, their spouses, and dependent children. Because of this rule, we know about Congressman Fields' recent investments, and bringing these activities more openly into the light lets the public know what our most influential leaders of our country are investing in and hope to follow in suit regardless of the investment capital available. In the final analysis, the story of Congressman Fields' technology investments is about more than one person's portfolio. It serves as a powerful case study in why transparency is not just a bureaucratic requirement, but a vital, life-sustaining force for a healthy democracy. The public disclosure of these trades made possible by the Stock Act is the essential first step. It allows sunlight to reach into the often shadowy corners where personal finance and public power meet. Without this transparency, we would be completely left in the dark, unable to ask the critical questions or hold our elected leaders to the high standards we must expect of them. This transparency empowers every citizen. It transforms us from passive subjects into active observers, capable of scrutinizing the actions of those who represent us. When we know which industries our lawmakers are invested in, we can better evaluate votes, speeches, and legislative priorities. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things numerical and mathematical. Thanks again, and until next time, stay calculating, my friends.